we've all sung, most of us speak in the bargain basement of our voices, right? We're down here all the time. And so when our choir director says, let's say these words in rhythm, we start saying them like this. Yeah. Now, when you were all in school, and you had some of you may still be in school. I feel like I am. When you get a professor that stands there and lectures like this the whole time, isn't that boring? You know, and you end up going, we won't have them. So let's think about variety in our sound, variety in our speech. If I did this whole lecture like this, half of you would be out the door by 15. But it's the variety. You want the interest. So if your choir director says, let's say these words in rhythm. God is love. Or my favorite, Alleluia. What does this word mean? Alleluia, Alleluia. So let's make the words mean something. So if we're speaking, and we're going to do this after the break, we're going to speak the words in some of these things some of these pieces we're going to be working on. And we're going to speak them first. And I want you to speak them as if you meant it. Alleluia! Even the gentlemen. Let's get some variety in our voices. Not only is that going to make you feel better, and it's going to make your congregation feel better, but you are going to sing better. And I got a couple people from my choir here. Isn't that the truth? Yeah? They can attest. It's the truth. It's the truth. I'm telling you. Where's my Bible? It's going to make you sing better. It's going to make you feel better. So we're going to work on that too. Now, I also want to talk a little bit about pronunciation. We are blessed in this valley to have a myriad of cultures. I love it. We do a Tenebrae service here every year, and you are all invited, March 27th, Friday night before Palm Sunday. And every reading is done in English and a second language. And we have had Spanish, of course, because we are a bilingual church here. But we are also, St. Lucy's is also a multicultural church. So we've had readings in French, German, Italian, Tagalog, Vietnamese, Polish, Sinhalese. I'm trying to get Hindi one day. I think this year we're going to have Japanese. One of my choir members is from Japan. So we do a lot of, and I ask them to dress in cultural costume. So it's really quite a lovely service. But with that multiculturalism comes a whole slew of accents. Yeah? Yeah. It's a wonderful problem to have. It really is. But as choir directors, we're trying to meld each sound, because what is important to the sound, really, to the overall sound of the voice, are those vowel sounds. That's what's important. So even in my years of singing French and German and Italian, and I've sung in about a dozen different languages, even people in their native language, sometimes the Germans have this back CH and a front CH. And when they sing, they have to move those CHs farther forward in their mouth. French has that uvular R, and even when you sing chanson, you have to take that, unless you're singing like Edith Piaf type stuff, you take that and you roll the R's or flip the R's. So we all have to make adjustments, and I'm from Chicago, trust me, I have made a ton of adjustments to my speech. So we all have to make adjustments to our natural way of when we're trying to make a unified sound, okay? Sometimes sometimes the hard part is the TH. Yeah, she left. Yeah, so we have to pay attention, and we have to pay attention to the vowels. In most countries, the E letter is pronounced eh. So you get a word like THE, and you get the instead of the. Why is that way in English? I don't know. Don't ask me to explain why anything is pronounced the way it is in English, but that's the way it is. I had a student from Hong Kong one day, and we were talking about homophones, words that are spelled differently but sound the same. So I wrote down on a piece of paper, okay? And she looks at this and she says, "Isn't this pronounced t?" And I said, "Well, yeah, but it's really not supposed to be." Because we say, "I'm going to the store." To the store. Yeah? I'm going to the store. But when you are singing, that's got to be two. And when you're singing, so everybody is pronouncing the same. That has to be the, not the or the. And so in order to make things a little more organized and together, we have to change some of our speech habits. Given our cultural and ethnic backgrounds, wherever you come from in the country, you come from New York, you have to have a translator. You get someone from Brooklyn, you got to have someone to translate from Brooklyn east to California east. And Chicago, my broad Midwestern accent, I used to get creamed all the time by my voice teacher out here, and I'd say, "I'm not saying that way." And she says, "Yes, you are." Okay, fine, whatever.
Oh, isn't that the pronunciation of that depends upon what follows it, whether it's a consonant or a vowel?
Yes. That's true. That's true. If THE is pronounced the, if it's followed by a vowel sound. So if it's THE followed by HOUR, it's the hour. But if it's THE followed by CAT, then it's the cat. That's very true. So we have to think about these things, and we have to think about the length of the vowel, and we have to think about the purity of the vowel without the diphthongs. Everybody know what a diphthong is? A diphthong is a second sound. For instance, if you have the word I, like me, myself, and I, you have two pure vowel sounds that create that sound. Ah and E, and the glide E, I. So that's a diphthong, two sounds, and a triphthong would be three sounds. So what we want to think about is the more important sound of any vowel, whether it's just one sound or two sounds or three sounds. And the length of those vowel sounds are determined by the note or notes that are above that sound. So we always sing on the vowels. Even though when you're reading music, the words in music are syllabified, hopefully, correctly. They're in correct syllables. But that doesn't mean because you see a T at the end of this word that you sing on that vowel and put the T on the next syllable. Yeah, there's always that question. But the T's over here. Yes, but you can't sing the T. So you got to put it there. So we want to talk about those vowels and making them somewhat narrow, horizontally narrow. Because as you know, some of these concert halls, if you've ever been, say, like the Opera House in San Francisco or the Flint Center, Those are long and tall, and the sound is great. But then you go to the CPA, or you go to Davies Symphony Hall, you go to one of these other places, and it's like this, and after they build it, they have to spend nearly $500,000 to put sound reflectors on it because the sound just goes like this. And what we need for acoustic's sake is to be this way. Now, that doesn't mean squeaky throat, but we will discuss all this stuff.